10, which is events after the reporting period. So let's begin. And what I'm going to do today is we'll give you pose few questions before you. But as always, see, this is what we have done. This has been our journey so far. So a lot of ground we are happy to have covered, as you can see on the screen. Now, and this is the plan that we have for today. We are doing index 10 events after the reporting period. It's a very interesting standard. It's again a very interesting index, and you start wondering as to what it must be containing. What is the meaning of events after the reporting period? ऐसी क्या घटना घटती है जिसके बारे में इंडेक्स हैज टू वरी as to what to do with it actually. And when we will discuss as we progress from now, you would realize that this index really has got something very interesting to offer. And as always, friends, remember, whenever you are learning any index, always keep the framework in your mind. And I purposely remind you of that. And why do I say that you must always keep the framework in your mind? Because when you keep the framework in your mind, you are able to correlate. You are able to connect the index with the framework, and that improves your understanding of the index very well. So what is the framework? As we all know, as I have discussed so many times and I do every time, framework is the foundation on which the building of indices have been built. Foundation is like a lighthouse. It's a lighthouse for whom? It is a lighthouse for the accounting standard setters. It is the lighthouse for the people who are responsible for preparing the financial statements. And it is the lighthouse for the auditors, and it is the lighthouse. It is the lighthouse for everyone. Whenever it is the lighthouse for everyone, whenever somebody has got any conflict, any confusion, any doubt about any of the provisions of the index, और उसका मकसद क्या है? इंडेक्स का मकसद क्या है? इंडेक्स का मकसद है to help user of the financial statements come to understanding. What is that understanding? That understanding number one is he should be able to evaluate. He should be able to evaluate the company, the entity that he is looking at actually. And evaluating meaning what? He should be able to evaluate as to how is the financial performance of the entity, how is the financial position of the entity, and how are the cash flows of the entity. And thereby, he should be able to take an economic decision about that entity. So this is the purpose. This is the purpose for which the financial statements are prepared, and this is the purpose which is enshrined in the framework. And it is around this purpose the framework talks of different things that need to be taken care of. तो अगर आपके दिमाग में ये रहेगा कि भाई ये स्टैंडर्ड्स का मकसद क्या है, तो आप देखेंगे कि कोई सा भी स्टैंडर्ड हो, कोई सा भी हो, वो इट मे बी इंडेक्स 1 ऑन presentation of financial statements, it may be index 34 on interim financial reporting, it may be index 7 on the statement of cash flow, it may be standard index 10 on the events after the reporting date, it may be index 16 on the property, plant and equipment, it may be index 12 on the income taxes, it may be index 21 on the effect of changes in the foreign currency rate. So why will it help you? It will help you because आपको समझेगा यार कि ये इंडेक्स का पर्पस क्या है, और इस इंडेक्स का पर्पस हाउ डज इट कनेक्ट विद द purpose given in the framework. And that is why I always recommend and always repeat, keep the framework in your mind. अब ये फ्रेमवर्क, ये पर्पस को ध्यान में रख के इंडेस 10 हैज बीन प्रिपेयर्ड, and all the provisions that you will see in index 10, and remember whenever we are discussing any of the provision, try and always connect कि ये provision का फ्रेमवर्क से क्या कनेक्शन है, एडजस्टिंग इवेंट है, नॉन एडजस्टिंग इवेंट है, एडजस्टिंग इवेंट का ट्रीटमेंट है, नॉन एडजस्टिंग इवेंट का ट्रीटमेंट है, उस ट्रीटमेंट का जो फ्रेमवर्क में पर्पस दिया है, दैट इज टू हेल्प द यूजर ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट टू डू द राइट इवेल्युएशन, टू डू द इकोनॉमिक डिसीजन मेकिंग. हाउ आर दोज कनेक्टेड? ये आपके ये जो कनेक्शन है ये फट से आपके दिमाग में बैठेगा, और जैसे ये कनेक्शन बैठेगा आप देखेंगे कि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग about that standard will become very strong. Not only you will understand it, believe me, you will understand it forever. So this is the whole process that and the approach with which we are going about in understanding these indices. Now what I am going to do is I am going to give you time of 5 minutes to all of you. As you can see on the screen, I have given you 5 questions. I want all of you to look at these questions and give me your answers as to, in your understanding, what is the answer for the 5 questions that you see on the screen, and your time starts now. Only 5 minutes, not more than that. Your time starts now. I'm going to unmute every one of you so that you are able to. Yep. क्या लगता है आपको कि ये जो क्वेश्चंस आप देख रहे हैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर, इनके बारे में मैं चाहता हूं कि आप सभी लोग आंसर करें ये क्वेश्चंस को. यस यप.
जैसे जो चीजें बैलेंस शीट डेट के बाद में कुछ घटनाएं घटती है और जिनका इम्पैक्ट अपन को शेयर होल्डर को बताना जरूरी है,
राइट,
या फिर उसका इम्पैक्ट बैलेंस शीट में भी ले, अगर वो घटना बोलती है कि पहले इसकी संभावना थी,
राइट,
तो ये दो चीजों को लेकर ये इंडेक्स शायद बताता होगा.
वेरी गुड.
सिग्निफिकेंस शेयर होल्डर के लिए भी है, और कई बार गोइंग कंसर्न हैम्पर ना हो जाए उसको भी देखते हुए भी.
Very good, Rahul. Very good. And okay, let somebody now answer the second one. Very good, Rahul. Very nice. I think you are hitting on the nail. Very good. Let somebody answer for the what is significance of Index 10. Index 10 की significance क्या है? Anyone? Francisca, what you think is the
significance is basically whether the event is adjusting, whether you can adjust it or not, because it affects the balance sheet, especially certain matters when it comes to going concern. To evaluate the going concern, it depends on it influences economic decisions of the users. Whether the company is going to liquidate or something.
Okay, very good.
If there is a significant event happening.
Right. Okay, very good. Mugdha, very nice, Francisca. Mugdha, can you take the question number 3? Mugdha. Okay, Harsh, would you take question 3?
Yes, sir.
Yep, go ahead.
Sir,
Yes, Harsh.
should I answer third or fourth one?
You can answer third one.
Okay, so in AS 10 basically is the guiding standard which gives the guidance to the management as to what constitute an adjusting event and non-adjusting event. Accordingly, they need to present their balance sheet ending as on 31st March of the financial year.
Okay, very good. Very good, very nice.
So
Yeah, yeah.
accordingly, what is the balance sheet date, and accordingly, what is the date of and what is the reporting date? So it differentiates between two dates.
Very good. All right, very nice, very nice. Saurav, would you take the question 4?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the relevance, I think, is like there are certain events which happen between the balance sheet date and the date when auditor signs the balance sheet. Okay, and sometimes there are some impactful events which can impact your accounting period very significantly. So if we consider only the events till the balance sheet date, then sometimes which the shareholders would not get the true picture of the company or
Right.
the stakeholders at large, I can say. So to assess all these stuffs, the Ind AS guides us through two stuffs, which events we should adjust to the balance sheet date and which events are not that much material. So those are non-adjusting events.
Okay.
So that is what the relevance of Ind AS 10 is.
Okay. Okay, very good. Mahalakshmi, would you take the question 5? Mahalakshmi? You can unmute yourself. I'm not able to do it from here. I don't know why. But you can, Mahalakshmi, you can unmute yourself. All right. So no worry. Now let me ask you this question to all of you. How will you differentiate between an adjusting event and a non-adjusting event? How do you differentiate? Because that,
Can I answer?
yeah, of course.
Basically, adjusting event is an event which has some evidence as on the balance sheet date or before the balance sheet date. If only that event has evidence, then we can conclude that to be an adjusting event for the purposes of our balance sheet ending 31st March.
Okay. And
For example,
yeah, go
for
ahead.
example, can I give an example?
Yes, of course.
Let's say, for example, company has entered into a contract to merge with another company, right? So the contracts for that has signed before the 31st March 2013. So that disclosure of same is required in the notes to accounts. Though adjustment would not be made, the disclosure of it would be required.
So this is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event?
Though it's not an adjusting event, but disclosure of it would help the shareholders to take the wise decision.
All right. Okay. Okay. And all right. And non-adjusting or rather adjusting?
What are the? For example, the going concern itself. If the going concern, let's say, for example, was not evident on the 31st March 2013, 31st March of the financial year, but was evident after that date, then even if there was no evidence as on the balance sheet date, still the financial statements would be adjusted so as to reflect the realizable value of assets and liabilities because our going concern is at stake. So that is a typical example of adjusting event.
Can you be a little more specific?
This is the example of adjusting event, right? So,
So adjusting event में how does it become an adjusting event? You are quite close. I just want you to make it even finer and tell me how does it become an.
I know. For example, company has sold some products before 31st March 2013. So that was very well evident that company has sold some of the items. But the customer has brought the complaint after 31st March 2013. So let's say if company needs to replace that particular product, so company needs to provide for provision in their books of accounts for the expenses which they are incurring in replacement. So that particular thing was very evident on the balance sheet date that company has sold that particular goods. So if replacement is after 31st March, then the company needs to adjust the books of accounts.
Okay, well, okay, good. Okay, good. Okay. All right. Okay, good. What if it happens after the balance sheet date?
What if it happens after balance sheet date?
Yeah, after the approval date.
Approval date, then it would be reflected in the financial statements of next year. It would not be impacted of that particular year.
I see.
Because it's happening after the signing date.
Okay. Okay.
Approval date, that is signing it by the management. Yeah.
Very
After
good. Good, Harsh. Very nice. Very good. So, with this understanding, let us move forward now and look at everything one by one. So, what we have is first of all, what we will cover today very quickly. What is the meaning of after reporting period, and what are the events taking place after the reporting period, the adjusting events, the non-adjusting events, and a question like if you pay dividend, which is of course going to be after the reporting date or the balance sheet date. So will this payment of dividend be an adjusting event, or will it be a non-adjusting event? That is what we will discuss, and also as to why. We would very clearly understand, friends, as to how do you differentiate between an adjusting event and a non-adjusting event, because that is the differentiator. So if we have a clarity as to which is an adjusting event and which is a non-adjusting event, then compliance with Ind AS 10 becomes very easy. If there is a confusion about as to whether it is an adjusting event or non-adjusting event, then there is always a challenge. So we would very clearly understand as to what is the differentiator. कौन सी ऐसी चीज है जो हमको दिमाग में रखनी होगी. So if we keep that in our mind, we will know for sure that this is an adjusting event or this is not an adjusting event. So this is what we will understand today, and then of course we would look at how do you do the accounting of the adjusting event and also of the non-adjusting events. So again, non-adjusting events, remember, can be of two types. A non-adjusting event can be material in nature and can be non-material in nature. So if a non-adjusting event is not material in nature, you do not have to do anything about it. But if a non-adjusting event is material in nature, then you will have to make necessary disclosure in your financial statements so that the user of your financial statement is able to take a right economic decision. And that is our obligation, that is our responsibility as a company, to ensure that all the required informations are given in the financial statements so that the user is able to take the right decision. And remember, that is the guiding factor, that is the broad heading that we have to always keep in mind कि financial statements क्यों बनाते हैं. Financial statement इसलिए बनाते हैं ताकि जो भी हमारे financial statements को read करे, he should be able to use it for the purpose of making a decision, an economic decision. So that is what we will look at, and what are the specific obligations of an entity under the Ind AS. अब देखो ये प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स हैं जो कि मैं आपके साथ हाईलाइट करने वाला हूँ. एज ए मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट ये सारी चीजें जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते हैं हम डिस्कस करते रहेंगे, क्योंकि खाली इंड AS को समझ लेना जरूरी नहीं है, उसके साथ ये समझना जरूरी है कि with regard to a particular clause in the Ind AS, what is the obligation of an entity? The broad obligation of the entity is to comply with. But what are the action points? What are the action points? What are the points that would ensure that the entity for which you are responsible is doing the right kind of disclosure, right kind of accounting? So we would also keep on simultaneously discussing all these specific obligations, and as I said earlier, we will also be looking at the action points, and that is what we should do simultaneously, because ultimately that is what is going to help us with the compliance with the Ind AS 10. So let's begin with the objective. What is the objective of Ind AS 10? The objective of Ind AS 10 is to prescribe when an entity should adjust its financial statements for events आफ्टर द रिपोर्टिंग डेट। तो ये पहला ऑब्जेक्टिव है इंडेस 10 का, और वो क्या है, वो ये कि एंटिटी को ये बताना कि किस परिस्थिति में, किस घटना के घटने के बाद आफ्टर द बैलेंस शीट डेट ऐसी कौन सी घटना है, ऐसी कौन सी इवेंट है जिसके लिए आपको आपके फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स को एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा। दैट मीन्स यू विल हैव टू इनकॉर्पोरेट इफेक्ट ऑफ दैट इवेंट in your financial statements. So that is the objective number 1 of Indes 10, and I'm sure you are following it very easily. And then तो पहले ये बताना है, पहले क्या बताना है, पहले ये बताना है एंटिटीज को भाई किस परिस्थिति में, किस घटना को आपको आपके फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में एडजस्ट करना होगा. सो दैट इज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट विल नीड टू बी डन. देन द disclosures that an entity should give about the date. Now please remember, this is very critical. This is very critical that in the financial statements the entity has to give the date on which the financial statements have been approved for being issued to the shareholders. And why this date has to be given? Because this date is the reference point. And please pay attention, what is the meaning of the reference point? The meaning of the reference point is कि एक एंटिटी के लिए दो तरह के दो पीरियड होते हैं, एंड आई विल शो यू विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ डायग्राम. देयर आर टू पीरियड्स. वन इज इवेंट्स टेकिंग प्लेस फ्रॉम द क्लोज ऑफ द बैलेंस शीट डेट to the date on which the financials are approved by the board for being issued to the shareholders. So that is one period. The second period is from the date when the accounts financial statements are approved and they are further approved by the shareholders. So these two periods are there. Which period are we concerned with? Are we concerned under Ind AS? Are we concerned with both the periods? Or we are concerned with only one period? And the answer of course is we are only concerned with one period, and that is the period from the balance sheet date or the balance sheet date to the date on which the financials are approved by the board of directors of the company for being issued to the shareholders. ये दरमियान जो भी event होंगे, those events will need to be looked into by the entity in two parts. Mahesh, can you switch off your speaker phone, Mahesh? Yeah. So the first period, the period from the date of the closure of the balance sheet to the date on which the financials are approved by the board of directors for being issued to the shareholders, it is during this period the events which are taking place, those events you will need to scrutinize, and that is the obligation of the entity. These events will need to be scrutinized and you will need to classify them. Is it an adjusting event or it is a non-adjusting event? And if it is an adjusting event, what does it mean? It means effect of this event will need to be adjusted in your financial statements. यानी कि 31 मार्च 2020 को जो आप अकाउंट्स बना चुके हो, आपको वो अकाउंट्स को एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा to incorporate the effect of the event that has taken place during this period of the balance sheet date to the date on which the accounts are approved. If this event is not an adjusting event, that means what? That means, and then you need to further scrutinize. And what you need to scrutinize? You need to scrutinize, is this non-adjusting event? यानी कि ये जो इवेंट है, पहली बात तो क्लियर है कि मुझे इस इवेंट को मेरे फाइनेंशियल्स में एडजस्ट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कि ये इवेंट मटेरियल है कि नॉन मटेरियल है. अगर ये इवेंट नॉन मटेरियल है, आई डू नॉट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट. और अगर ये इवेंट मटेरियल है, in that case I will need to give disclosure about this event in the financials. What event? As to number one, what is the nature of the event, and number two, what is the likely impact of this event in the financials going forward. So this is what is the first thing, and that is the objective of Ind AS 10. After that, and remember the standards also, this standard Ind AS 10 also requires that an entity should not prepare its financial statements on a going concern basis if events after the reporting period indicate that the going concern assumption is not appropriate. You know, every one of you must remember one thing. The moment you join the group, the first thing that you should do is to mute yourself. देखो, एक तो आप है ना देर से आ रहे हो,